G'day folks, Copa Mundials. Are they the best boots ever? Honestly, I wouldn't know. They're the only boots I've really ever worn since about the 1980s, with the exception of two pairs, and I actually still have a pair that I wore in place at Copa's, but I'll show you those later. The first pair of boots I ever owned were like the ones up in the corner there. The stops, studs or pleats, whatever you call them in your part of the world, were actually nailed into the sole. I got those when I was about 8-year-old and they were hand-me-downs. So I played a couple of games, and one of those games was a Boy Scout Jamboree match. It was a scratch team put together, but they didn't make it to Australia when I came over here. Around 1970, I don't remember many specialised sports shops, but I'm sure there was some, but you bought your football boots mostly from shoe shops. And football boots then kind of looked like the ones up in the corner again. And these boots are actually the late great Ted Whitten's boots. Ted Whitten, of course, being an absolute legend in Australian rules football. But that just gives you an idea of what the boots actually looked like. You could buy low boots, or low under the ankle boots, but there wasn't a lot of variety and they were kind of clunky. It was early days then. Probably a bit later on, around, I don't know, 1972, 1973, one of the guys showed up at training one night and he said, have a look at these. And they were Adidas Plata, and my God, they were like slippers. They were so light, and from that day on I was pretty well sold on Adidas Plata, and that's pretty much what I would buy for knocking a ball around. When eventually I needed a new pair of boots and I went to the shops, by then you could actually find sports shops or specialised sports shops, and I went in and I was looking for my La Platas, and all that was really available was these things called Copa Mundials, and that kind of sold me on Copa Mundials. Because I do a lot of coaching and I wear boots for a long time, so they really have to be comfortable, and I'm not too worried about the latest and greatest technology or style, but I find the Copas are just really nice football boots. So we'll move on to my collection that I've got at the moment of Copa Mundials, which isn't really a collection. I actually wear them in earnest at times. When I said that I had worn Copas from the early 1980s with the exception of a couple of pairs, this is actually one of the pairs that I was talking about. These Predators are from 2002, and I wore those for a while, but they split along the edge where the sole meets the leather, and that's what killed them in the end. I liked these so much that when I took them off for the last time, I stuck them in a shelf in the garage and I put them up there as a bit of a souvenir. Apart from the Predators, the other pair of boots I was talking about were Nike Ronaldinho's, and they just didn't work for me. I wore those for probably about 3 games and sold them off to a guy I used to play with. He loved them, but they just didn't work for me. By the way, I should mention that I actually coach goalkeepers. That's the guys that, pretty much the guys that wear these things. And so if I've given anybody the impression that I know something about rugby because I'm actually wearing a rugby jumper, that's actually false. I don't know much about rugby at all, but I do enjoy watching it. These Copas are from 2006, and they've been replaced with the new pair, which aren't actually all that new, as we'll find out later. But these have, the right one here has split along the edge, and the left one, of course, the toe's gone, and I guess they're destined for either the rubbish bin or the shelf in the garage. These Copas are from 2008, and as you can see, they've got white laces. Used to always wear white laces when I was playing games. I actually don't play competitively anymore, but I still do a lot of coaching, so I just kept the white laces. These are still going strong. and I guess they may even outlive me. These are my new Copas. They're dated 2011, so they've been in the box waiting to see the daylight for quite some time. Now that I've made this freaking video, maybe I should get them out of the box and get them a little bit dirty. The laces are done up, the boots are ready to go. I have a training session tonight, so maybe I should give them a try. Looking down at these puppies, I'm starting to think maybe they are the best boots ever. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching.